We are now commencing a forensic audit of your current workflow. Let's be clear, the objective here isn't to chat. It is to completely reconstruct your operational protocols. Right now, you input text and you receive text. That's it. My analysis of this latest deployment shows this is, well, a critical inefficiency. You have to understand the system is so much more than just a conversational interface.
So what's the goal here? It's simple, really. A tenfold increase in your productivity. And how do we get there? By transitioning you from being just a casual user to a system operator, someone who actually understands and executes the correct protocols.
Okay, let's begin with the system diagnostic. The primary error, the root of the problem in your standard operation, is a fundamental failure to recognize the system's full sensory and cognitive capabilities. You see, these components, they're not just optional add-ons or features. They are core to the architecture. And by ignoring them, you're essentially choosing to accept low-fidelity, surface-level outputs. This audit is here to correct that. All right, Section 2, Data Ingestion Protocols. You need to get this into your head. The system is no longer text-bound. So now we're going to establish the protocols for processing all that unstructured, external data. First things first, you have to completely reframe how you think about file uploads. They are not attachments. Think of them as a primary sensory input. Why? Because the system now has vision. It can literally look at and analyze financial documents, debug code right from a screenshot, or even diagnose issues from a photograph. So here is the execution protocol, and this is important. Don't just dump a cluttered image or a massive document. You have to isolate the variable. What does that mean? It means you crop the specific chart you wanted to see, you highlight the relevant paragraph, you isolate the exact error in the code. Then you interrogate that file with a precise question. This is how you focus the system's attention mechanism, and trust me, it ensures a much higher fidelity response. Now, you need to be aware of the operational constraints. Yes, it accepts the standard stuff, PNG, JPEG, up to 20 megabytes. But the crucial point, the thing you absolutely cannot forget, is this. Input quality directly dictates output quality. High-resolution, focused inputs aren't a suggestion. They are mandatory for optimal performance. Okay, let's move on. We're now proceeding to the system's cognitive core. This next protocol is all about activating the deep, multi-step reasoning capabilities you'll need for truly complex tasks. We're moving way beyond simple information retrieval here.
Listen to me on this one. For complex logic, speed is an error. Let me repeat that. Speed is an error. Standard mode is built for quick responses, but that speed increases the probability of hallucination. Thinking mode, on the other hand, is a deliberate choice you have to make. It engages a slower, far more rigorous cognitive process, and the result is expert-level analysis for things like financial modeling or digging through large code bases. And what's powering this advanced reasoning? A massive context window. We're talking over 256,000 tokens. That kind of capacity is what allows the system to process and maintain logical consistency across huge documents and complex, multi-stage problems that would absolutely overwhelm the standard models. Moving on to Section 4, Generative and Synthesis Protocols. So this phase is all about the system's output capabilities. We're going to examine the protocols for both visual generation and collaborative text and code synthesis. Take a look at this. This is the level of specificity required for high-quality generative output. You can't just issue vague commands anymore. Your prompt needs to be, frankly, absurdly detailed. Specify everything: the subject, the environment, the lighting, the artistic style, the composition, even the mood. Precision in your prompt is literally the only variable that matters for getting a high-quality render. Next up, the system includes an integrated environment called Canvas. And let's be very clear, this is not a chat window. Think of it as a collaborative workspace where the system becomes your direct partner in editing documents or code, applying changes right there, in line. So the workflow is pretty straightforward. You start with a rough draft. Then you trigger Canvas mode. From there, you can just highlight any section and use simple commands to refine the tone, adjust the length, or fix bugs in your code. The best part? All versions are saved so you can experiment with zero risk. You are always in complete control of the final output. All right, now we escalate. We're moving on to the system's most powerful, and honestly, its most misunderstood capability: deploying autonomous agents. These are for complex, long-running tasks that require almost no supervision from you.
Think of the deep research agent as your own personal professional research analyst. You give it a complex query, and it will go out and autonomously browse hundreds of sources, synthesize all the findings, and then deliver a comprehensive, fully cited report right to you. Just remember, this protocol is built for depth, not for speed. But you have to understand the hard constraints here. Deploying this agent means waiting anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes, and during that time, your chat interface is completely locked. On top of that, usage is limited. We're talking about 25 uses per month for Plus users. So what does this mean? It means this protocol must be deployed strategically.
So we've audited the individual protocols. Now it's time for the synthesis. Because the true power of this system isn't in using these tools one by one, in isolation. It's in stacking them, combining them to create a genuinely sophisticated workflow architecture.
Let's look at a multi-stage workflow in practice. Step 1, you ingest a data file, say a PDF report. Step 2, you deploy the deep research agent to go out and cross-reference its findings with what's on the web. Step 3, you engage thinking mode to synthesize all of that information into a strategic plan. And finally, step 4, you use Canvas to draft the actual presentation. See how that works? Each protocol builds on the last, creating one powerful integrated process. Just a few final operational notes you need to know. First, model choice matters. A lot. You want to reserve GPT-5.2 for the really heavy lifting. Second, your data is not used for training by default, but it's always smart to verify your privacy settings yourself. And finally, the gateway to all these powerful tools is that little plus icon on desktop or the drop-down menu on mobile. So, the audit is complete. Your operational inefficiencies have been identified, the protocols for optimization have been provided, the only remaining variable is you. The question is, will you execute?